Hey everybody, RobesLeCloud9. Today I'm going to be doing a review of Tamiya's 132nd scale Mitsubishi A6M2b Zero Fighter. Now, I know you guys saw me do the build of this, but I never really got a chance to show off all the cool features that this kit has to offer. Tamiya really put their heart and soul and blood and sweat into this creation. It's a wonderful kit and a wonderful presentation of the Zero Fighter, which is one of the most favorited, coveted icons of Japan. And Tamiya went all the way to the States and visited Zero, taking as many pictures as they could, getting as much reference as they could to really create the Zero Fighter. So, I'm going to show you guys all the cool stuff that this kit can do that I wasn't able to really just demonstrate in the slideshow. Now, one of the things a lot of people have a problem with that they've already addressed to me is, what's the point of having this beautifully detailed cockpit when you put the canopy over? Well, one of the things that's really excellent about the canopy is this is the most clear plastic I've ever seen before. This is practically a real window. And what Tamiya did that was so brilliant is they made it so you could slide the window back. There you go, revealing all your hard work in the canopy. Cockpit section looks just exquisite and can be just leveled off like that, closed or open, whatever you're wanting to do. All the control surfaces move. It's not a huge range, but they do move, and it's a nice touch. They didn't have to. That would have been just as nice if they were steady. And as well, you can see landing flaps go down, ailerons move, and the tail. These are all done by the photo etch pieces that you saw earlier. Another nice feature that they've included is the P-dot tube. The P-dot tube is turned steel, and it's just a nice little addition to it. Again, not necessary, but a nice touch by Tamiya. Going on to the bottom half of the plane, you can see we have the drop tank. And a lot of times when you're building a model, you have to come to the conclusion, do I want the drop tank or not? Well, Tamiya erased that for you. The drop tank is removable. It's held in by a couple of O-rings and a peg here on the drop tank. So taking it in and out is just a snap. One of the most interesting things that Tamiya decided to do on this kit is they decided to make the landing gear completely retractable. The landing gear in and of itself is a marvel. Just to see how they engineered this is exceptional, and you want to build a kit just for it. It features real suspension with little springs on the inside, rubber brake lines, rubber tires, and this piece right in here is a hybrid of plastic and metal. Really cool. I've never seen that before. They also feature the landing gear closing, how the actual landing gear would close. There's these little spikes on either end of the landing gear, and these are strikers that would hit pads inside of here. And this would push down like this, and there we go. Now, the only unfortunate part is they tried to keep everything to scale, as much scale as possible. So unfortunately, when you try to push the landing gear in, it's too big and it doesn't quite fit. That doesn't really bother me that much because I don't actually have it in flight mode. Flight mode is a hole that you drill at about here, which would feature a nut that you could display it to attach it to a display stand. Again, it's not really a biggie for me, but one of the nice things they did do is they did include a way for you to retract the landing gear when you want to. There's covers here that are actually featured on the real Zero, and by grabbing this little stick here, it's very hard to see on the camera, which is the landing gear indicator. You pull this out like that, and Tamiya has included a tool for this knob right here. Again, it's very hard to see because it's very dark on the inside. One of the last things I think I'll talk about is moving on to the tail section. Now, this is pretty interesting, as it does include the tail hook. This is so they could attach them and catch them on the aircraft carrier and land safely. On the inside is a little button here, and Tamiya includes another device. You push it forward and the tail wheel drops down, and raising it up, again the same way. So one of the last things I'm going to move on to before I open up the box and show you some of the parts is one of the things that I thought was really impressive. Tamiya included a removable cowling. And with this cowling it's specially molded. They kept it separate in the box. And it just snaps apart like that. It's got nice little clips on it, and she just snaps together like that. The fit is perfect. I absolutely love it. And it enables you to show off the beautifully detailed Sakai engine on the inside. The only thing I actually added onto the Sakai engine was the copper wire. One of the problems with it, however, is these panels in here on either side feature a lot of great detail inside of here as more part of the engine behind this firewall. They're unfortunately hidden unless you somehow rig it up with magnets or you decide to leave it open as part of a diorama. So I'm going to move on. The last thing I should mention is the propeller is also removable if you want. So when you go inside the box, Tamiya has also done you guys a huge favor with this, is they have included the box as a way for you to keep and preserve your model. Now, I have a whole bunch of pieces and parts in here, but the part you really want is this one here, this long gray box. Inside of here is actually the carrying case. I just flipped it upside down so I could get to these parts easier. So inside of this box, you're going to find a bunch of spare parts in here. Like this is the tool for moving the landing gear. I've got the pilot in there. Here's the other part. This is for pulling back the tail wheel pin. And this is a really cool feature. I really like this. You can remove the wingtips just by sliding them out like that. And Tamiya has included a separate set of wingtips. And they just slide in like that. So again, you just pull them out and push them in. I'm missing the pegs here. Hold on. There we go. Easy peasy. Now, this is a hefty priced kit. This was about $130. The price has gone down now. The sad thing about this kit is the A6M5, which is their green one, is being discontinued. So if you have a chance to get one, guys, I would really recommend you do. I know it's a very expensive kit, but it was so much fun to build. It was just such a dream to put everything together. Everything fit perfectly. I've never had that happen before. I was waiting for something to go wrong. Nothing did. Everything just fit. The only problems that were in there were a fault of mine. So guys, this is just a brilliant model. And you build this once and you're going to want to build more of them because it's just so much fun to just put a kit together for a change instead of grinding all the pieces. I don't quite know what else there is to say about this kit. Tamiya has really outdone themselves. Every feature in here, just the dedication that they had, the love for this plane that Tamiya has put into it is exquisite. I absolutely adore this kit. Love having it on my shelf. I take it off the shelf often and just look at it all the time. And I hope that this has answered some of the questions that I didn't get to answer in the slideshow video. This is a lot of fun to do this, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Rose at Cloud9 signing out.